In the last 2-3 years, we've been facing challenges that we never had to face before. I still have goosebumps remembering those days.
Steffi is an intensive care nurse working in London. She tells me she's burnt out and doesn't feel valued by the government. It's why she's voted to strike.
It wasn't, and it still isn't unusual to leave work feeling on the edge or walking out of the changing room seeing my colleagues crying on the staff room.
The strike, we're told, will not impact emergency care, but other services will be disrupted. Pat Cullen, what would you say to a patient who has been waiting in agony for months, if not years, that their procedure will have to be postponed again because of your nurses going on strike?
This action is about speaking up for patients. It's about ensuring that those patients don't languish on waiting lists any longer. And they won't if we are able to fill the vacant posts, if we're able to hold on to the nurses by giving them a decent wage and ensuring that this health service is fit for purpose.
Over the past decade, real earnings for nurses have lagged behind other professions, particularly those in the private sector. In that time, the number of nurses leaving each year has increased from 27,000 to 38,000. And in June, there were nearly 47,000 nursing vacancies in England. That's the highest on record. The nursing unions insist patient safety will not be compromised. The government says it has contingency plans in place. Next week, the NHS carries out Exercise Arctic Willow to test for its winter preparedness and also to assess how much impact the strikes could have on its services. The government says the nurses' demands add up to an extra £9 billion. That's some 6% of the total NHS budget.
A demand of 17%, 3 times what most non-public sector workers will receive, is out of step with the economic circumstances that we face.
The nurses' union says its door is open for negotiations. But unless a deal is reached soon, the biggest nurses' strike in over 100 years is only weeks away. Ashish, Joshi, Sky News in central London.